The noise was so loud it rang in my ears. Concrete, damp air, smoke, strangers everywhere holding cash in their hands.
5-1
Down
on
below,
Growlive.
the cage.
The lizard doesn't
Inside
last
it,
a minute.
a growlith. Big, strong, experienced. He knew exactly what to do. Across from him, Charlie. Small, his tail barely burning, pressed against the bars, waiting for the hit. I was late. By the time I pushed my way in, the fight was already starting. Someone was shouting the odds. Someone was laughing. He looked at me. I know he saw me. Growlith stepped forward. I grabbed the bars, yelled for them to open the cage. Nobody cared. There was a sharp metallic click, the signal to begin. And that's when I understood. If I didn't step in right then, it would be over.
That day, I wasn't looking for anything. I just needed to get out of the city. I kept driving until the road disappeared, until there was nothing but trees around me. I told myself it was just a break. It wasn't. Work was falling apart. The bills kept growing. My phone wouldn't stop buzzing. So I turned it off. Out there, it was quiet. Wind, birds, the highway somewhere far away. I found an old fire pit and sat beside it. The embers were still warm. I started stirring them with a stick. I don't even know why. That's when I saw it. Something under the ash. Not wood, not stone. Something glowing. I pushed the coals aside and reached for it. It was bigger than I expected, and hot. Hot enough to burn my palms. I almost dropped it, but I held on. For some reason, I brought that thing home. I still don't even know why. I just sat there on the floor, watching it barely glow, like something inside was breathing. And then, a knock. Soft, but persistent. I thought I imagined it. But the shell started to crack, and in the dark, a tiny spark flared. I leaned back and leaned closer. There was no fear, just expectation. It climbed out on its own, small, warm, awkward. A creature that shouldn't even exist, and yet it didn't scare me. It did the opposite. Something inside me felt warm, like something simple had woken up, almost fatherly. Sounds stupid, but it's true. He grew fast. At first, I fed him from my fingers, tiny pieces. He would sniff and then bite, hard, but funny. Then he started wobbling across the floor, falling, getting back up, chasing candy wrappers, and one day, almost setting the place on fire. I'd snap at him, but never for long. He'd climb into my backpack on his own, like he already knew I wasn't leaving without him. At the store, he'd reach for fruit. I'd grumble at the prices, and still buy it. In the evenings, we'd sit on the porch. He'd tried blowing smoke rings. They were terrible, perfectly terrible. At night, he'd curl up beside me, warming my hand. And then he grew, started causing real trouble. But the house, for the first time in a long while, felt alive.
That was the day everything started falling apart. The boss didn't even try to choose his words. Just shouting. And one short word. Layoffs. I walked home with a bag of cheap groceries. My phone kept vibrating. I didn't look. He greeted me like he always did. Excited. Like nothing had happened. He was just happy I was home. He tried to help. Dragged my cigarettes off the table. Spilled them everywhere. And then, that sound. The one you hear when something breaks for good. And something in me broke with it. I snapped. Not at him. At everything. I said things you shouldn't say. He froze. Later that night, I lay down and turned toward the wall. He came over, tried to curl up beside me, tried to be close. I pushed him away. Not hard, but hard enough. After a while, I realized the house was quiet. Too quiet.
In the morning, I realized he hadn't come back. And I also realized something else. Without him, I felt awful. Truly awful. I stopped thinking about the debts, the job, even myself. I just kept searching. Yards, basements, empty lots. Nothing. I was already starting to give up. Then the message came. Short. No name. Hope costs money, he said. $100. My last. I didn't care.
I was too late. He was already over Charlie, playing with him. In panic, I kept yanking at the lock, hitting it. It wouldn't give. My little friend was suffering because of me, and I couldn't do anything. Then he figured it out himself. My smart little guy. The lock sparked, clicked, opened. I pulled him close. They tried to stop us, but the fear for Charlie gave me strength, and we broke through. I've never run like that in my life. I stumbled, almost went down, but kept moving. Charlie was pressed against me, shaking. We got away. I dropped to the ground. Couldn't catch my breath. He looked at me, just looked. He didn't look scared. His tail burned steady, bright. For the first time in a long while, I felt warm.
I finally got lucky. Found a job, found a place, out in the woods, far from everyone. Less people, less noise, better for both of us. The cabin's small, but it works. It's enough. Charlie naps by the fire. I sit and watch the flames. And I realize I'm happy. Strange, but true. He lets out a small puff of smoke, and that's enough.